it didn't upload. I don't know why. So sorry about that. When I hit end because Lainey needed me, it just wouldn't upload. The signal here isn't great, so I'm gonna try to stream some more. But if you're wondering where the other one went, that's what happened.
Fight back.
So let me get out of the way here a little bit.
And help the weak, the oppressed, and the suffering.
I'm gonna sit down. There is a really good crowd here. The coalition is working out super well. We've had lots of really good conversations. And all I can say, and people won't like me saying this, is the people in the party that have hated on this, really, you ought to be fucking ashamed of yourself. Honestly. This is fantastic. This is what our movement needs to be doing. And you people just internally starting shit and trying to sabotage, get out of the way and let people who actually want to do liberty do fucking liberty. Like being here, all it did was super anger me at the saboteurs. You know, stay irrelevant, stay mad.
Has locked us in its death grip. It cannot be reformed. It obscures and falsifies the truth. It is on a maniacal quest to increase its obscene wealth and unchecked power. It forces us to kneel before its false gods. So, to quote the Queen of Hearts, metaphorically of course, I say, off with their heads.
Thank you, Chris Hedges. That was fiery. We need that kind of energy. Let's keep the energy up. Let's welcome another beautiful voice for truth, Kim Iverson of the Kim Iverson Show.
And clear with the message for the criminals running Washington. The America we love doesn't march us into World War, debilitating an entire to the last human. You hear, Washington? You hear? No more war.
Almost fell down.
No more. No war. No NATO. No war.
NATO, no war.
Free Julian Assange. Free Julian Assange. Free Julian Assange. Free Julian Assange. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. We want to welcome up here next another incredible voice for truth raging against the war machine. Let's welcome Garland Nixon, political analyst and radio talk show host. Thank you for being here.
No worries.
Thank you. What's the reason? My reason is this. Blowing up, Mylar balloon shooting down bastards. You have every reason in the world for us to fight amongst ourselves, so you can't see, we can't see what you're doing. Perfect example. I'm a lefty.
Don't want to get
no
into
shame in my game. I'm way over there to the left. But when I grew up, my dad was a longshoreman. He put on a hard hat and he went out in the cold. Then on the weekends, he was a mechanic. He'd lay under cars and work under cars and do things like that. Then I started a job. I became a police officer. And I was a police officer for many years. But I'm a lefty and I'm way over there, and you're not supposed to like me. I'm not supposed to be a person that you can agree with and work with. Why? Because I'm a lefty and there are some areas that we disagree. But I will guarantee you that there are people here who hear my story and say, my dad worked on our car. My dad wore a hard hat. Maybe we didn't have much, maybe we did. My dad had beagles. You know why? Because he was a rabbit hunter. And he went out and he hunted rabbits. He was in a union. He was a lefty. The Longshoreman Union is the left of left union. But there are a lot of people sitting here who hear the story and say, you know, I'm told we're not supposed to have anything in common and we're not supposed to work together. But that life kind of sounds like my life because it's an American life. But it is not the life of these pipeline bombing, Mylar balloon shooting bastards, these elite ruling class people who are putting all of our lives in jeopardy. We are the ones who have more in common with each other than we do with them. And we're waking up. And this, the mainstream media didn't cover this. This is what? Alternative media. People are migrating to alternative media because they've had enough. They're tired of being lied to constantly. They're tired of being looked down upon by these elitists. So I'm here today to send a message to everyone. Look, there's people on the left, there's people on the right, there's going to be people that you disagree with. But if you sit down and talk to most Americans, you'll find your life is not much different than theirs. And the way you see the world is not a whole lot different than theirs. And when that happens, and it's happening now, we can come together and we can take a government that is completely decoupled from the constituents, that does not represent us in any way, and we can force them, once again, well, if they ever do, but we can force them to do the things that we want them to do, to work for us, and we can stop this war machine, and that's what we're going to do. This is the beginning of it. It's going to happen. Thanks, everybody. Free Julian Assange!
In Ukraine, NATO intervenes and war between Russia and the United States begins. Retaliation for a U.S. cruise missile strike against Russian forces. Russia fires a missile and sinks a U.S. cruiser in the Black Sea.
What?
2 U.S. aircraft take off carrying B-61 nuclear gravity bombs. Nuclear detonations sink Russian ships in the Black Sea. Russia retaliates by hitting NATO partners throughout Europe with nuclear weapons. The U.S. launches a massive nuclear strike against Russia. Russian early warning systems detect the U.S. launch, and Russia launches a massive nuclear strike against the U.S. and Europe. More than 3,000 nuclear detonations occur in 1 hour. Nuclear firestorms incinerate all the major cities of Europe, the United States, and Russia. The massive nuclear firestorms cover hundreds of thousands of square miles. Everything remotely flammable burns in the fire zones. 150 million tons of soot and smoke created by the firestorms rapidly rises above cloud level into the stratosphere. The smoke spreads around the Earth and forms a global stratospheric smoke layer. The smoke will block warming sunlight from reaching the Earth's surface. 70% of sunlight is blocked in the northern hemisphere, and 35% is blocked in the southern hemisphere. Because it can't be rained out.
It's a slight break. So saying the signal is super bad.
Makes